Hello and welcome to the Seed Group Podcast. I'm Carla.
Hello and welcome.
See, that's what you get. That's what you get.
I'm Norman.
And I'm Albert. If you need any of our musical services, please call 708-351-0333. Like and subscribe.
That's right. And we would be remiss if we did not say hello to our amazing, wonderful, stupendous producer, Marcus. Hello, Marcus. So, Albert, we have a special guest. Would you like to introduce
One
him?
of my buddies from a long time ago. We were talking about how long it's been. We won't talk about it. But a fantastic saxophone player, Audley Reid. Hello, sir. How you doing?
Hey. How's everybody doing?
Having a ball.
Yes. So,
They let me out to do this.
Okay. Hey, listen, I understand.
It's been a while. So I was reading through your bio and I said, man, when did he do all this stuff? And I said, oh, it's been that long.
stuff you didn't know. See that?
25 years worth of stuff you got here. You're not that old, babe.
Well, we're still young. We're still young pups in this game.
Thank you. That's true. Because you remember Roland them and Smitty, all them guys. They was Sharif, our drummer. He just turned 90. Well, he was supposed to be 94 in August, but he didn't.
He's supposed to.
He was supposed to be. Yeah. He just happened and broke my heart, but that was my main drum.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, we've covered a lot of history.
Yes.
Over the past couple of decades plus. In the music world per se. And I remember when I first met you, day before yesterday. I was a young pup, and you are a younger pup.
Yep. Close.
So it was a good. Oh man, it was a great musical experience to be out with you guys, and just to understand the business of playing music. That just went beyond learning how to read the notes, but learning what untie meant to be and how to be a professional in the business. That was really, really a really good thing for a young guy like myself, just wild and woolly out.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
I was reading through your bio, and you've done a lot of nice stuff with some good people. And I laughed because somebody asked me something. I said, you know what? That's the only question I got for you. What did you do with Kim Fields?
That was my question.
Was it? We all had the same question.
That was my question too.
You could tell us. Nobody else will see this video but us.
Well, it was a funny situation about that. I got a phone call from Reginald T. McCants. And for those of you guys that don't know Reggie, he's just an amazing keyboard player and so forth. He used to be Bernie Mac's musical director, right? When Bernie Mac had had his show. So he called me. He says, "Hey man, I got a gig in the Bahamas. You want to go do it?" I said, "Wait a minute. Sunshine, water, free flight, food. I'm there."
Yes.
So he told me, he said, "Yeah, this is with Kim Fields." And I said, "Well, wait a minute. I didn't know she sang. I know her as an actor, right?"
That's what we said.
And so, but she's a spoken word artist.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
I
And
can have her stuff.
yeah. And so we went over there to do the first jazz festival in the Bahamas. And, we're going up to rehearsal. And, Kim is of good height, right? But I heard this great voice and I turned around and almost knocked her over because I didn't see her. She was directly behind me. So I said, man, that's the way to start a gig and end a gig real quick.
Yeah.
Right. But on that festival, man, I'll try to find some pictures and send them to you later.
Thank you.
Some fantastic musicians were on there. Rick Braun, he was there and hung out with them. I mean, so it was basically all of the smooth jazz guys, just 20 years younger, Yeah. And it was a marvelous situation. And we weekend there. And man, it was just really fantastic. And she's just gone on to do wonderful things.
Yes. Now, what about Ray Parker Jr.?
Yes, that's another good one.
Ray Parker. Again, I got another phone call, and we were here going to do a gig out in Country Club Hills.
Oh, okay.
And that band, we lost the late great Michael Henderson.
Yeah.
He was the bass player on the gig because, he and Ray Parker, they were like hand in glove. Yeah. But in the band, it was just some tremendous musicians. And I was just really happy that they gave me the phone call to come and join them and to do Ghostbuster, just the iconic stuff of Ray Parker Jr. So that was that was really, 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 really good.
That shows you how proficient you are on the instrument.
Exactly.
That's beautiful.
Exactly.
Have you done any more jazz fests recently with your group? Because I copy Facebook all the time.
Yeah, I've been doing a few things around town recently. We just did the Bronzeville neighborhood festival a couple of weeks ago, and that was really good. My only complaint was that was at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It was like 90 degrees and it was hot. Yeah. But but the music was great and everything went off really, really well. And so we're trying to do a little bit more things. And then next week I'm doing something with a young guitar player by the name of David Scott. So we're going to be doing a little bit at the library downtown for the kickoff of the jazz festival.
Like a trio?
This will be a quartet.
Oh, nice.
No. Yeah. I think this will be a quartet. Yeah, it'll be 4 or either 5 pieces. So, but it's going to be fun. Yeah, and he's got some tremendous players on this gig. Roger Harris on keys.
Oh, look out.
Oh yeah, man. So that is it's going to be. And they got little old me trying to toot the horn. So,
Now, Seedlings, what you may not know is that Audley is an amazing saxophonist. Absolutely awesome. But he's proficient in all of them. But my question is, why do you have a big love for the alto sax? What is the thing where the alto sax stands out for you most of all?
Well, I started out on alto.
Oh, okay.
So that has just been my mainstream. But over the last maybe 10 years, as the music has somewhat changed a little bit in terms of what people are hearing, and from a tonality standpoint, I've been really playing a lot more tenor.
I love tenor sax. Love it.
Yeah, on a lot of the gigs that I've been doing, and even on my records, I've primarily played a lot more tenor than alto. But I am primarily a alto saxophonist that happens to play some of these other instruments.
Okay.
You have a CD out right now?
I'm working on a CD that I was hoping to release this year called Project 2020. Which has got some new material. And this will be my first CD release that I've done in 15 years.
Wow. Been that long?
Wow.
It's been that long between projects, only because and I'm not knocking this in any way as a negative thing, but folks have been keeping me pretty busy.
Yeah, that's good.
And recording here, recording there, and just always on the move. So during the pandemic, what happened is that we were all home.
Yeah.
And poor saxophone player like me had to learn some new skills.
Right. Thank you.
Right. So I had to learn how to record myself. And believe me, my first couple of times doing it, learning the software, it was horrendous. And I said to myself, I said, my gosh, man, am I really that terrible that I can't record myself? So I had to go back and think about, how am I going to fit into this new world of not being able to go out and play to an audience?
Right.
And so I got on the phone and I talked to a few of my friends, and they walked me through how to record myself, how to, do this and do that. And I was like, okay, I got it. So after about 5 or 6 months of me playing around and sending out bad recordings, and it was just terrible. I finally figured out how to balance out my horn. And during the course of the pandemic, I recorded 2.5 albums for various people.
Wow. Nice.
Right. Plus my own. And during this year of 2022, I think that I'll be out on 8 or 9 different songs that are going to be playing across the radio. So in a sense, even though the pandemic was just very, very horrific in a sense, for me, it was a time to retool and figure this thing out.
That's beautiful.
And now that I've learned how to do that, I'm doing more recordings for individuals, right at the house. Right. And I'm just learning how to really voice all of the horns properly now for a recording session. So that has been, for me, just a tremendous asset now that I can actually figure out what the heck I'm doing when I raise up the volume a decimal.
Right.
So.
The fun part about it was during the pandemic, that's when I finally released my CD, because Bob Savage at BM Lake Studios, Bob Murphy at BM Lake Studios helped me do the recording, because it was one-on-one. He was here and I was over there. And the other guy, Bob Savage, did the same type of thing, wearing masks and everything. It was funny. And we also have one coming out with Carla eventually, and we have one that Norman has already. So we're getting things together too, but the pandemic has been a boom to a lot of musicians in a different way.
But that's true. And as you said, as horrific as it has been, that seems to be the binding theme with a lot of artists, musicians, everything, that the creativity just began to flow. And it's like, I can't just sit here and do nothing.
Thank you.
No, you had nowhere to go.
Exactly.
Thank you. What could you do?
Huh? I'm coming. Well, he had mentioned about an album. I guess. Well, I only got one song that I was working on, and I made it for saxophone.
Right. We need to
I
get
love
you
it.
on that.
Yes, love it. It's beautiful.
So I'd like you to take a listen to it, and give me pointers on what to do with it, how to do this and how to do that, because I'm a stranger that I play keyboards.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting that during this time of learning, and not to be unthankful, but being a saxophone player, especially during this particular time, I've had to learn how to think like a guitar player.
Thank you.
Think like a keyboard player. And even though some of those things I had already started to do, and when I started working on guys' stuff, it was like, oh, I hear what they're doing, because I've always played my horn from the approach of thinking like a keyboard player. Right. So a lot of the things that I've learned or taught myself or copied off of folks, I've learned from keyboard players, because unlike horns where we go from a single note stature, you've got full grip.
Exactly.
Yeah, you've got full grip, right? So hearing those extensions or those alternate voicings have really helped me out on a lot of stuff to able to, just maneuver through there. So yeah, just I'll make sure you get my email address and go ahead and send it over, and I'll listen to it. And if I can put a little bit of here, something there, I'll go ahead and do it.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
Fun.
The Seed Group making connection.
Nice to learn from pros.
Yeah.
So you are from Jamaica?
Yes, I am. Jamaica's home.
Yeah, so Jamaica is home, but you have been claimed here.
Yes. Chicago got you.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, even through all the horrific winters that we've had, the hot summers.
Yeah.
They were nice. They weren't that bad.
You get used to them.
Yeah. But I'm not sure how much longer I will be here in the Windy City.
Oh,
got
but looking at some other places right now, and like I said earlier, I got bad knees, so my knees need to be where some sunshine is.
Yeah.
So we will see. But like I said, the wonderful thing with being a musician today, at least I feel, is now that we can do this anywhere.
That is so true.
Oh,
that is so
yeah.
true. Yeah.
Yeah, and the other main things is that it took me a little while to grasp business of music versus the performance side
Exactly.
big difference.
Yeah.
of music.
Yeah.
And so
Business.
yeah. And so I was so used to just performing and playing everywhere that I had to really sit back and understand that there's a lot of ways to make money in this music business without having your butt on stage.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Right. And I always use the example of Paul Hardcastle.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Why?
Right. Well, have you ever seen Paul Hardcastle in concert?
No, but I've heard about it. He had good concerts.
Yeah. Well, you've never seen Paul Hardcastle in concerts because he doesn't leave his home.
What?
He doesn't leave his home.
So he doesn't have concerts.
Right. But you hear him all over the radio.
That's what I was thinking.
Right. So during this pandemic, I really sat down and tried to figure out how does one be successful in this business of music and not go out and play.
Right.
Right.
Love it.
So we get to the other side of the music business, and that's your marketing and promotional thing that you got to have in place. And even though Paul Hardcastle has been doing this for many, many, many years, he's figured it out. He's not catching a 5 o'clock flight in the morning after doing a gig, getting to the hotel, getting up at 3. So I'm kind of taking that approach to music. And with that, like I said, I mean, oh gosh, I think it's pretty close to maybe 3 albums worth of music that I've done, not including my own project. So I'm looking at the end of this year and into 23 as to being a booming year in terms of my name being filtered out with all these little different projects and things. And a couple of records that I've done have been -- 1 for the artists that I've recorded for.
That helps.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you want to give us a few names?
There's a gentleman, his name is John Carey. He's a guitar player out of Atlanta. He was a Chicago guy, relocated out to California, and he now lives in the Atlanta area. There's a group out of Vegas called Everett B. Walters, 2 brothers. I've done their work, and I'm on some work with an amazing vocalist out of Michigan, out of the Detroit area, Miss Sean Young. We've done some stuff.
We need her.
Oh yeah. She's amazing, man. Just tremendous. And from time to time, I play saxophone for her and her band. So hopefully, when we get back and things get to rolling, we'll be doing that. And speaking about that too, we're going to start recording a Christmas project.
That's what we want to do. We want
in September. Yeah. So it's going to be a busy time.
Oh, that's wonderful. And it's really great that you have been able to add new things to your arsenal. Just like I said, COVID has been really yucky, but it has really expanded what the artist can do and what they can add. So that's perfect. That's wonderful.
Yeah, I and this is just my own personal thought, right?
That's what we asked for. We won't tell
you. We got a very unexpected 2.5-year vacation, right? That impacted some people in a good way, almost 1 million people in a very negative way. But if you're in the arts or entertainment, this was a time that you had to use to empower yourself, work on whatever skills or whatever things that you felt need to be addressed. And I think a lot of individuals really did that.
Yeah.
And, some fell by the wayside because they're so used to having a certain routine. And now that routine has been taken away just because of nature, per se, and didn't take the time to figure out, hey, what else can I do?
Right. Thank you.
So I had to figure out what else could I do. So like I'm in the process now of trying to figure out how to get into the voiceover world, trying to do some narration, trying to supplement what I do on the music scene to continue keeping the lights on.
Yeah. Reflect, rebuild, and renew.
Yeah, you have to.
Voiceovers. Who are we talking about voiceovers? TuneCore?
TuneCore. There's a few.
There's a number of places we've been talking about getting with to do voiceovers, because a couple of people, when they heard us, they go, God, y'all have interesting voices. You should do voiceovers. And we're working on that too. And
yeah. Well, hey, keep me in mind.
Oh,
keep me in mind.
Sure.
Definitely.
We'll hook a brother up.
So you are doing amazing things. You have done amazing things. You're playing one of my favorite instruments, tenor saxophone. I really, violins and piano have been two of my favorite instruments, but then I really started getting into saxophone. I tried to play saxophone. I was terrible. I was terrible at it. I was so bad.
Me too.
When were you terrible?
When?
I don't remember it.
When you first picked one up.
Thank
you.
you.
Didn't even know what it was exactly. The one note, he was terrible. Then after that, forget about it. He was great.
Hey, listen, if you can find 15 minutes a day, you can get it together.
Thank you.
Because it's just like anything else within time. If you stick with it long enough, you can accidentally become better.
Yeah.
Well, it's true, but I wound up finding my better with trumpet and trombone.
Okay.
It was an embouchure thing. It was an embouchure.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah. Well, here's a somewhat secret that I learned a long time ago, and this is going to sound kind of crazy, right?
Okay.
It's okay. This is what the show is about.
Yeah. So it's like when you're playing with a large ensemble, for instance, right?
Used to.
One of the tricks is that can the band breathe together?
Right. I remember that.
Right. That for me was one of those key things that really stuck. Because if a band plays together and you're upright breathing and all that other stuff, 75% of the music stuff is resolved right there.
It's true.
Right. And you tend not to overplay because one of the things that singers or vocalists versus the band has always been an ongoing livable problem.
Yes, true.
With our training with the big band, that was one of the things that we had, because we knew the rhythm section was the pulse, the band, the heart, but everybody, we all played together, and with 18 pieces, that's not easy, but it was beautiful.
Yeah. It's
that too.
See, we vocalists learned how to get along with you guys.
No, the band has to. We respect the vocalists, bring it down so they can sing instead of screaming.
No, respect is now I'm just joking. Respect is a big part of, you should know I was joking. Respect is
she does that to me. It's okay. I don't care.
But respect is a big part of what makes it work. You can tell when, as you say, no one's breathing together or somebody's not breathing with everybody else. And you can tell that. So respect for everybody that's in there, what everybody does. That's what makes the difference.
Yeah. But, hey, it's music. It's what we do.
It's what we do.
Yeah.
I thought Al was about to send me $5. I was about to say, okay, man.
I had my hand out, so I didn't know.
Hey, she treated me like this in tears. I appreciate it. Anyway, hey, it was fun, man. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Well, now we're getting ready to wrap it up.
Okay.
What?
Then we wrapping it?
Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. We're looking forward to, before you leave us, to having you in the studio. And can you
Oh, there you go.
that's what I'm saying. When I saw
Play
it,
me
can you give us
something.
a little something before we hit out?
There you go.
I'm not really readily prepared for this, but hold on.
That's your soprano?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You got it.
Treat us like that.
Well, I can't, well, we can barely
We
hear
can
it.
barely hear you, babe. Put it towards that mic, Jack.
Yes, yes.
Blow it. You know how to do that.
Man, you guys are gonna try to make me work.
I
Yes,
got to.
yes.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Was that close enough?
Close enough.
Close enough, close enough, close, because we're going to feature all you wonderful seedlings. We're going to feature one of his songs. So you'll really get a chance to hear it.
For real.
For real. And
For
then
real.
bring you into the studio so you can hear some more good stuff.
Right.
So thank you for joining us.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. It's been amazing. And just love, we could have you on for an hour, but unfortunately the clock on the wall says we have to end it. So thank you for joining us. We really appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
And we're looking forward to having you back again. To our thank you. And to our seedlings, thank you for joining us. And remember, if you want to be a seedling, you need to like and subscribe.
Go right.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So from all of us to all of you, thank you. And we end with plant a seed.
End with, don't forget to send me your information.
Well, see, we were gonna do that once we ended.
Well, you don't take
You know,
chances.
Yeah, I understand.
This is a very important person here,
See.
opportunity.
Yeah, right. Right.
Talk with somebody like this don't come that often.
Okay.
So,
Okay, well, thank you. And to everyone else,
Yeah, me too.
and to all of us, plant a seed and watch it grow. Bye-bye.
See you later.
All right, guys. Thank you. Bye.